Happy 16th anniversary, honey. I wanted to give you an anniversary card in a 21st century way. As much as I love a pre-written message that I can just sign, "Love, your big puppy." Um, I figured I'd step up this year, and so I wanted to say a few things because this has been a pretty busy and big year for us, and you know, sticking things into the universe has been highly underappreciated by me for a long time. What I mean by that is you know, harkening back 20 plus years ago, um, thinking about one of Bub and I, and for all y'all, Bub is my best friend. He and I were walking out of my mama's house back in the day. After one of our notoriously awesome Friday nights in the Fort Worth Stockyards. And they were sitting on the tailgate of my truck on a Saturday morning, and across the street, much like many other Saturday mornings, was my wife Julia and her best friend Julie washing Julie's shiny red Camaro. Julie lived across the street, and they were best friends, and this was a regular Saturday morning occurrence. And I told them, I said, "I'm gonna marry that girl one day." And later on, I tried to leave my phone number with Julia on the windshield of her Grand Am. And despite popular belief, I'm a little shy and was never smooth with the words or a ladies' man. And so I left my phone number on her windshield. I got a call back later on, and she giggles and hangs up the phone. So despite my pride being really really small at that time, I moved on with my life and figured I was a dead end. And so little did I know that one day you'd marry me, and that would come into fruition. I've always been attracted to you, um, forever, and so um, the fact that our lives evolved in such a way that I feel like the luckiest guy ever. Um, but think back, hindsight being 2020, I have gotten so much of everything I would have ever wanted out of life, um, only because of you. And so I wanted you to know that. And there's a couple pictures attached to this post. One being of me holding Bailey. And so I wanted to tell you, like, I don't know, I sure don't know what attracted you to a guy. He was living on his own, taking care of a baby on his own, single. Uh, you're about to head out to college, and but nevertheless, you were. And I pretty much thought that, just for everybody else's knowledge, I pretty much thought that that relationship was going to die because 3 months after we started dating, she flew off to college, moved down to South Florida and Tampa, and she was going to fashion school. And so I figured, with her being gone, right before she left, I asked her if she wanted to make our thing formal. And she's like, just leave it the way it is. I was like, oh my God, this is not going well. And so, nevertheless, we dated long distance for 2 years. Got engaged, and I was blessed to be able to move down to Florida with her. But I do want to plug Jim and Johnny and just say, thank y'all uh, for supporting her and I. Because I'm not sure with all my sweet girls in the background that, you know, if they were to bring home somebody like me, that I would have been as enthused. And so, thank you for giving me a shot. And, honey, uh, you've given me, or you made me a father many times over. We're blessed to live in a house where we could raise our family in these last 16 years. And I'll end it on this note. This is the biggest note, the biggest one I wanted to make was that of all the vows that one will make in their wedding ceremony. Um, I, the for richer or for poorer vow. Um, I've always looked at that aspect of life. Being an altar boy, I get to hear that a lot because I went to a lot of weddings, and I learned early on that really there's the material, the financial wealth of life, and then there's the immaterial, the rest of actual life, the things that you do, build, love, children you have, life you lead, and that's a significant amount of wealth. And well, financially, we may have we're not wealthy, yeah, we'll get there, but we've probably been financially poorer more than we've been richer. But when it comes to the other side of wealth, I'm so grateful to you, babe, because you've made me rich as fuck. And and everything that we've done, everything that we've built, our family, I I couldn't feel more grateful, and it's all because of you. I would have nothing without you. And so, the other vow for sickness and in health, man, shit, I put an anchor around your ankle. You've surely had to go through that valley, haven't you? And so, back in late April, when I had my seizure, I'll be honest, I've never felt more scared in my life than those 10 seconds leading up to the seizure. Not knowing what was going on, hanging on the counter, screaming, yeah, I don't know what's happening, help me. And the very last thing before I lost consciousness that I remember, I was feeling your hand on my back, catching me as I fell to the ground. So I'm so grateful for you, babe. I'm sorry that you have to go through that with my wife. But if ever there was a way to go out into unconsciousness, that's the way to do it. With your wife's hand at your back. So um, I'm going to tell you that you're an amazing wife. We are not the perfect couple. I will readily admit, but you are the perfect wife. And I'm so thankful and I love you so very much. And to 40 more years, this amazingness with you be amazing. I love you, babe. Happy 16th anniversary. Love, Big Puppy.